Hi and welcome to paulbooma's ichimoku analysis. This is gold. I've brought up a quarterly chart and we can see that during the 87 crisis or crash on the stock market it had a rally, then dropped back down. It had its low back in 2001, finding support at around the 260 mark, rallied through the cloud, and then it has been bull trending ever since. The current crisis that's been going on, it found support on the red line, the 26 period moving average of the high, the low divided by 2. It has now gone back into a bull trending scenario. I'll move quickly into a monthly, and we see that the monthly cloud wasn't touched. It just came down and landed in this region here. Old support going back to only early 2007, and it has since gone back into a bull trending scenario. If I move across into the weekly chart, we can see that the price did drop through the cloud. It was a controlled drop. It was held by the cloud here. Pink came up and joined it. It actually went all the way back to the top of the cloud. It's where I say when price is in a cloud, be careful, it can be volatile. It's gone from top to bottom, rallied, back down, had a drop out, came back in because the lines were still inside, went all the way to the top, it's gone to the bottom, it's gone to the top. It's volatile when it's inside a cloud. But at this point here, we have the pink line, the red line, and the price ready to fall out of the cloud. We can see that was the major drop, creating the recent low of 682, and since then it's been rallying. This is the part that I've been interested in because this is the area where a lot of the shares, instruments, stocks, forex, many instruments are in the situation of that the price is below the weekly cloud, the lines are below the weekly cloud. But as we see, the red line barely came out of the weekly cloud. It's now back through and back up on the other side. Price rallied through, came down, joined pink on exiting, and then we've had the breakout. It has recently came down and it has tested the cloud, and I think part of that is that it wanted to test and acknowledge red coming out of the weekly cloud. Now we'll have a look at that on the daily chart and we'll be able to see that gold was able to break out of the daily cloud on a nice breakout back in December. That's why I say it's in advance to most instruments. It had its breakout. It came back down and tested the support of the cloud, which held. It then rallied back up through the lines. Once price was above the lines are above the cloud, and the brown line would have been clear. Then it had a sustained rally. Then it went into the bull trending scenario, creating the high of 1,000. At this point, I don't know why it turns around, but instruments turn around. We see that the support was not held at pink. It wasn't held. We've had a weak bear cross there, and then it has been dropping. The cloud was on it. We'll move in and have a look. That the pink line came up, but then it rallied and it only got back up to here. As red entered the cloud, we now have red, pink, price in the cloud. Generally expect volatility, but it actually came back down again, and now it has rallied and come back out of the daily cloud. This means that we've got the daily, the weekly, the monthly and the quarterly all in bull trending scenarios with a recent breakout of the daily chart. If we come in closer, we're coming into a 4-hourly chart now, we see what looks like bull trending. This is where it broke out, it came back down, used this old green line as support and resistance, the 882 mark. It has then been able to do a breakout of the daily where everything was clear. We now have pink, red, price, brown, all above the cloud, and then for the last 2 weeks we've been bull trending with a test of the cloud back in here, which was the 916 mark. Now that we're out of the day, which was the breakout of the daily cloud, and it is in bull trending mode. So the 4 hour agrees with it. If we come into the 1 hour, we see the sustained rally that's been going on for the last few days. There is no clouds in the way, no resistance in the way that I can find, other than the old highs. We see that it's moving into a nice bull trending mode where price is staying above the cloud. This is the half an hour cloud, the 30-minute. It's managing to stay above it and continue the rally. I would say from this point we would be taking on new highs in the coming weeks. Now, how I try and base that on is that this brown line, which is currently, sorry, let's go back another one. I wanted to go back to the weekly just to give an idea of how I also look at charting systems. This brown line, which is currently sitting here, 26 periods moved back, so it's half a year away. Now, in a quarter's time, about half of that, half a year, so around a quarter's time, this brown line will rally to come over that peak there. That's my predictions. We currently are going to be using support on the cloud, so that worst case scenario 906, soon it'll be the 930 level, and I would say that we will be looking for a rally over this area. I hope that gives you an idea of what I consider to be one of the top performing instruments, and how it's handled the crash. As I analyse different instruments, this is roughly the benchmark that I'll be using to see where price has reacted to the cloud on monthly, weekly, daily charts. Thank you, and I hope it was of use to you.